How's it going, guys? In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Moyu Weilong GTS2. So before we start, I just want to let you guys know that this will be a little different style of review. So overall the review will be a little different compared to the other reviews I do. So it's more like an overview sort of thing. So let's just get started with the review. Here is the GTS2, the Moyu Weilong GTS2, and this is the magnetized version, which is in stickerless. So we all know that the cube was released back in March, but it is still considered to be one of the best speed cubes on the market right now, especially the magnetized version, which a lot of cubers seem to be using at the moment. The Moyu Weilong GTS2 is Moyu's current flagship 3x3, coming at around $19.99 at thecubicle.us and around $25.99 at thecubicle.us for the magnetized version. These cubes come in at 55.5mm on each side, which is the same as the Volk, and only come in black and stickerless plastic. But the white one still exists, however not available for purchase. The black plastic version of the cube comes with half-bright shades from Chi, which is also known as the previous shades from Gans cubes. Now the cube is known to have around 82 grams for its weight, however, the magnetized version is actually 6 grams heavier compared to the original GTS2. Also keep in mind that the magnetized version is actually the stock version, the mass-produced Moyu Weilong GTS2M by Moyu. So now we're going to be going on to the turning of the puzzle. Starting off with the GTS2, this is a non-magnetized version. For those of you guys who don't know, this cube turns really nicely. It's very fast, crispy, and it's pretty light as well. With the magnetized version, in a way the cube sounds a little lower pitched. At least that's what I think it is. It is also very fast and extremely smooth as well. Now, I'm not completely sure if the sound comes from the stickerless plastic or not, but it is said that the stickerless version of the GTS2 does feel different from compared to the actual stickered version of the cube. But overall, these two feel very similar. It's just the added magnets which sort of change the feeling. So the purpose of the magnets and the 3x3 are actually made to keep them stable and be able to have more controllable turning. And as for the GTS2M, the magnets are very subtle. The magnets are pretty weak, but it does add stability to the turning, I have to say. Now the magnets do help the cube turn a lot better, in my opinion, just because it does add that little bit of stability to it. You can't really feel the click while solving, but it does actually make your solve flow very well. Corner cutting isn't something really I go over, but I would like to show you guys that the magnets do actually take part in the corner cutting. But it doesn't really compare with the original non-magnetized GTS2. The corner cutting is actually the same, honestly. But overall, I would say that the magnetized version is really good. Compared to the non-magnetized version, I feel like it's a little better than the non-magnetized version, but that doesn't mean that the non-magnetized version is any worse compared to other 3x3s in the market. For those of you who want just a little bit more stability into their turning, or who thinks that the click of the magnets will be able to help them be able to turn better, I would highly recommend the magnetized version of the GTS2. But keep in mind that those who are getting magnetized cubes, it'll be a little difficult to get used to it. However, once you're used to it, you'll be able to love it. Now, the reason why the GTS2 is a little underrated or just not that popular these days is because the magnetized version has taken over. Now, for those of you who are getting magnetic cubes the first time, it'll be a little difficult to get used to magnets, but once you're used to them, you'll be able to love it. Personally, I find magnets to be a very easy thing to get used to. However, once you go back to the non-magnetic version, it'll be a little difficult to be able to turn fast. And personally, I do think that the GTS2 is a little flimsy just because I'm too used to magnets. And I would say that that's one of the reasons why the GTS2 non-magnetic version is a little underrated, or at least it's not that popular anymore. But overall, if I really had to recommend a cube, then I would choose the GTS2M. It has amazing turning, and even if it's a little more expensive, I would highly recommend it. That does not mean that getting the GTS2 non-magnetic version is a bad idea. I would also recommend this cube to anyone. So I will say that's pretty much it for the overview. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching, and like if you enjoyed. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.